Afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the best of the 757 Community Talk Show as we wrap up the end of a new out with the old. Christmas is gone. I hope everybody had a wonderful, happy Christmas with family and friends. And I just want you to know that we are just about to start a whole new segment in another year. Happy new year coming. Countdown to showtime. You know what I like to do when I'm on the show. How y'all doing? Welcome to the best of the 757 Community Talk Show. And I'm your host, the one and only CAPTAIN85. And I hope that everybody had a great holiday with family and friends. And I know I'm running late, but hey, it's a new year coming. I'm going to change. I'm going to be changing in the new year. So I'm going to be making sure that I'm on time in 2025. I'm going to try to go ahead and hit that share button and invite some people over and let you know that the Real Adventures of Captain 85 is live and well. I hope that everybody had a wonderful Christmas and exciting guests. We got a few topics that we're going to look back over the past years and new topics going into the new year. But like I said before, just before we get engaged in a bunch of conversation, I just want to say thank you to all the people that support the best of the 757 Community Talk Show and all the platforms that I'm on and all the information I try to bring. But most importantly, and most of all, I try to bring you information that help the community, help the 757, help VA, 2 up and 2 down. And what is always important to me is one thing only, and that's the future generation, the youth. We have to do better in the year to come. We're losing too many of our young people. And my battle has always been, ever since I've been working in the community for years, is to protect the future generation. And it seems like, I don't know what all the politics and stuff that's going on, it seems like they keep going down the same road and keep getting the same results. And what results is that? Our kids are still dying and going to jail, losing their lives. And they come up with scenarios that's not working, but then get mad with you because you're trying to bring information to the people that need it. And that's what I try to do. Bring information to the future generation, this generation. These are the people that we should be concerned about, the youth, because without the youth, we have no future. What part people don't understand? You can make all the money in the world. You can build all the prisons. You can build all the communities. But if the communities become a war zone, who's going to want to stay there? Who's going to want to stay in a community where they're trying to raise their family and their kids, and the city with their politics only think about their bottom line? Their bottom line. Because it's easy to solve a problem if you go to the source of the problem, and that is our young people. When young people don't feel love, I was always taught they act out. You have to teach young people about things that's positive. You have to teach young people about things that's going to help them, benefit them, and encourage them to do the right thing. And when we're not doing that, then we're not doing a service to the community, letting them be aware that, hey, we need your help because we can't fight this problem alone. This problem is bigger than us. This problem is, we're not even out there in the streets. And you want the police to solve the problem. Police department is not there to solve the problem. The police department, they got it on their website. protect and serve. They got it on the side of their car, protect and serve. When you need help, you call the police department. They there to protect and serve. That's the one thing they are there to do, protect and serve. And I don't have a problem with them protecting and serving. I have a problem when our young people are dying in the streets and it seems like we don't really care. Because if you show young people that you care, the young people will rise to the occasion and help in solving their problem. Let me say it again. They will rise to the occasion and help solve the problem. See, the problem is we asking everybody for help, but the people that you need to ask is the young people. Let me say it again. The people you need to ask for help is the young people. Because one thing for sure, if you're giving them help, if you're giving them the assistance that they need, then they will rise to the occasion. I've never seen it fail. I done raised my kids, help my nieces and nephews when they stayed, when my mother took them in, when their mother passed away. And you can't say what youth won't do, because that's what youth do. They will rise to the occasion. And if you help them, they will help you with whatever you ask them to do. That's what they do. And that's what we are missing in our community, is asking and giving them the right leadership to be a part of something. Because when you make them a part of something, they have a tendency of doing what you ask them to do. So when we don't talk to our young people the right way and inform them what we need from them, because if they're getting that, then there'll be less violence, less bullying, less dropping out of school. Most of the kids today are dropping out of school at an early age. And this just didn't start yesterday. This started way back in the 90s. Way back in the 90s. Kids were dropping out of the 4th grade at an alarming rate in Portsmouth. That's my hometown. I go to 4th Baptist Church. When you say that we don't know these things, well, if you walk down the street and you see all these kids hanging on a corner with nothing to do, it's already been said, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. So if they have nothing to do, they're going to find something to do, whether or not we agree with it or disagree with it. But what we can do is ask for help. And you ask for help, you will get help. And we have to do more than like lecture them. We want to motivate them, educate them, give them positive things to do. And if something's not working, you keep changing it until you get something that works. I don't know how some of these people keep their jobs. Year after year, this problem elevates, go up in crime statistics. You'll say one statistics and the news report another, because you say, well, we had less crime. And Wavy TV 10 comes on and say you lying. because they got the stats, because they got the news people in the streets. You can't have it both ways. You can either find a solution to the problem, and it's not a one person problem. You gotta have to want to get everybody on board when it comes to these young people. You can't just give them lip service, because with lip service, we are getting what we get today. And that's why I continue to move forward and to try to bring positive information, as this year we get ready to leave 24. Yeah, but we had some good things that happened at the end of 24. That's a positive note. One of those positive things is Michael Vick is back in the news, baby. Is back in the news. Why you say that's, why? Because he is now the head coach at Norfolk State Spartans. That's right. You got an NFL quarterback, the best that ever did it, is now home of Norfolk State in the 757. And I want to say congratulations to Michael Vick. What a wonderful opportunity. What a blessing that you have accomplished to bring all that talent and experience that you have back to the 757. And I support you 100%. And I hope I can get an opportunity to have you on my talk show. So if anybody know Michael Vick, tell him holler at your boy. It's about teamwork, makes the dream work, But I tell you this, God don't make no mistakes. God don't make no mistakes at the end of 24. But we'll talk about the great things to come in 25. Congratulations once again to Michael Vick. Make sure y'all start getting your football tickets when they go on sale so that we can support the football team in 25. And like I said, I'm out to do what I can do. And I've always been blessed. And like I said, for people that didn't know, I was asked to come to Norfolk State many years ago when Dr. Avron Breckenridge was head of the psychology department at Norfolk State University. And he worked with me diligently to try to bring my program to existence. So I know about Norfolk State. I know about the things they try to do in their community, in the 757, in the Tidewater community, because I got the receipts to prove it. So Norfolk State is always, excuse me, has always been the vehicle in the 757 in the local community. I had the privilege, like I said, to work with Dr. Avron Breckenridge. He was the head of the sociology department at Norfolk State University back in the 80s. When I was doing talk shows on WRAP, he assisted me by being a guest on my talk show. He volunteered. And he said, anytime you need me to go anywhere with you, don't hesitate to call me. I will be there. At the time, I was, engaging with so many different meetings in the city. I also want to send a shout out to the former captain of the police department, Captain Henson. Yes, Captain Henson back in the 80s was also instrumental in working with community action people to bring information and help. He said, anytime you need me, he would give me a list of people to call. And he said, when you call them, let them know, use my name. Always use my name. Let them know that Captain Hennessy of the Norfolk Police Department gave you permission to use his name in anything, any meeting that I attend. I know when I send a letter to the police department, he sent to the captain of the police department. They sent 2 detectives to my office when I was on York Street down in Norfolk. And they came and investigated me, and the people that I was renting from, when I got back to my office, they said, "Hey, we had these detectives come here. What's going on?" I said, "I don't know." She said, "What have you done? I mean, we're a business, and we can't have no negative people doing something." I said, "Ma'am, I work in the community. Did you ask them?" They said, "Well, they left the card for you to call them, and we need to, we need for you to call them and find out what's going on." So when I did call them, they said, "Well, we came by your office because you addressed your letter to Captain Hennessy, and when we read it, it said from CAPTAIN85. I said, "Yeah, that's my name that I go by." He said, "But it's only one captain in the city of Norfolk, and that's Captain Hennessy." I said, "You might be right about that, but now there's 2. And he laughed, and they laughed. And I said, "Okay, well, we'll set up a meeting for you to meet him." And I keep trying to tell people it's not about me. I've been doing this all over the United States. I just don't talk about it because I'm not one to be bragging. I don't like to brag. I like to get results. And right now, we ain't getting results. We're not getting results because kids are dying. What is it to brag about? The only person we can brag about is Michael Vick. Why? Because he's in the game to change the future generation just because of his stats, just because of the things he's been through. I'm just letting you know. That's 24. Now let's move forward again because there's a lot of things going on in the 757. Let me show you another person that's moving on up. You already know this young man here, DORIAN FINNEY, first traded to the LA Lakers. Man, how many people do we have? You see what God is doing? Do you see what God is doing? What part that we don't grasp or understand how God works? God is getting tired too of the same old, same old. God is getting tired of the same old, same old. He wants to see improvement in Virginia. Whether or not you get on board or you stand on the track and get rolled over. Congratulations to the Finley Smith family first, that their son has always been making moves and bringing positive light to the 757. We can talk all we want to, but we got leadership in places that's going to rise to the occasion in 25. Make no mistake, 25, watch what God do. 2025. Either you get on board or sit on the sideline and watch the train leave the station. But God is tired. God is tired. He's sending angels. He's sending angels to do the work that most people say they're doing, but ain't. You look around in the 757 and see all the top celebrities in the world right here from the 757. Y'all not even counting your blessings. Y'all not counting the blessings in 2024. God is showing blessings on top of blessings because he's making way for 25. He's making way for 25. All the things that we done seen going on, all the things that we done seen going on in the 757, God is showing you miracles right before you, and you don't even recognize them. He's showing you miracles. He's showing you. He said, trust in me, believe in me, and I'll show you miracles upon miracles. Because God got blessings for everybody that believe in the name of Jesus. I'm not a preacher. I didn't come to preach. I come to teach, because that's what preaching is. What I do is to teach, give you information, make young people use their imagination. How are you going to make a kid use their imagination? They're scared when they go to school. How can you get a kid to use their imagination? They're hungry because they didn't have the right food to eat, the right clothes to wear. They're being teased. You don't have to buy them expensive clothes, but you got to make sure they dress properly. They got clean socks and underwear. Their hair's cut and combed or brushed. Don't send them out the house looking like they're homeless. And there's no disrespect to the homeless, but we got a lot of work to do. The Bible said train them while they're young. Suppose Desiree Finley didn't train her kids, as she say, quoting Desiree Finley, there is no punks in my camp. So I ain't stealing the quote. I'm just letting you know that if you don't train your kids and give them love, 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 we're going to lose. We're a losing generation of young people. Kids don't ask to be born. Not one kid. Your kid, your nieces, your nephews, your cousins, they did not ask to be born. Let's get that straight. They only asked to be loved. And if you love them and train them in the way to go, these pictures can be them. These pictures can be them. They can be business people. They can be sports players. They can be entertainers. They can be whatever God allowed them with their gifts. But because they got so many gifts, the world knows they will take them away. But you can't give up on these kids. And I'm not going to call these young men babies. After 12 years old, they ain't babies no more. What part y'all don't read in the scripture? After 12 years old, they ain't babies. The most deadliest word that we use to our young men is calling them babies. Because I ain't seen a baby in jail yet. Those are not babies in jail. Those are young men and women. Because the preachers in the pulpit are not preaching the right sermon. And I'm not saying all of them are not, but all I can see is the Bible said a child, or as you say, a baby, is responsible. He's not responsible for the things he commits or the wrong he does. Once he reached 12, all his sins fall on the child. So why do you think we have this problem in our community after 12? And we still calling them babies. Come here, baby. We calling men babies. They're not babies, they're men. And make them stand up and be one. All my babies are grown. They might be babies to me. But if the man pull them over and they're doing something illegal, he ain't taking the baby to the hospital. He ain't taking that baby home to you. He's going to the jail cell, reform school, taken out of classes and put in classes where he's not paying attention. Put him in a special education class or put him in a different school away from regular classes. But you don't see no baby in those schools. You see babies, you go to the hospital, nurseries, school, businesses that is a babysitting service. Take care of your kids while you're working. You ain't paying nobody to watch your babies at 12 and 13 years old. You got them home watching themselves. That's why they get in trouble. Try to keep them in school so you know where they're at, what they're doing. We have to do better in 25. I know people probably won't watch this. People won't listen to this. But somebody got to tell you. Somebody got to tell you the truth. Because the truth will set you free. Closing out the year 24. A couple of weeks ago, I had a young man on the show. The original from the Ray Goodman and Brown R&B group, Billy Brown. He was on my show, and hopefully he'll be back because he's working on a new music, and we'll be back to bring him to talk about that in 2025. But these are the things that we did last year, 2024. And I'm just saying, 25, we got to do more and do better. We can't keep doing the same thing, keep preaching the same thing, and not getting any results in our community, in our schools. You say you love the kids. You should demand change. You keep voting for the same people, get in the seat, and year after year, the same thing is going on week after week. They in the news talking about what they're going to do. As soon as they say that, 8 to 10 more kids die. You can't save the world, but you can take them to somebody that can. If they don't know about religion, how are you going to change them? We made Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, TikTok. That's their religion. And you're like, well, what do you mean that's their religion? Do you know what the word religion means? The word religion means anything you do on a regular basis. That's what it means. That's what religion is. If you wash your car, that's your religion. Every Sunday you get up, wash your car, or Saturday, keep it spotless for 2 or 3 days before it rains, and you're right back at doing the same thing. That's the religion. If you give a child a chore to clean up his room, keep it neat every day, make his bed every day when he get up, that become his religion. As he grow older, he know he's supposed to do that. If you get a kid to do his homework, once he come home, I had my kids when they came home, they could rest, fix them something to eat, if I was home on my wife, after that, they could eat, relax for maybe an hour and a half. Then after that, get that work done, your homework. They ain't had no excuses when you're talking about your show on, you want to see it. Ain't no show. The only show you got to do is your homework. Read a book. We would quiz them on what they read. By 9 o'clock, lights out, in bed. No video games. And I know they stuck around because I was always working nights. And my wife would call like, hey, I told them to turn that video game off. And they right back in there with it on. Okay. Put them on the phone. Put them on the phone. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going to happen if you tell them again. The thing that's going to happen is somewhere along the way, you're not going to have what you need when you want to go out. You're not going to get what you want when other kids have everything and you playing around. I'm just letting you know. I don't make mistakes, and I know God don't. But what we can do is improve in 2025. Once again, say thanks to Ray, Goodman, and Brown. Billy Brown, the original of Ray Goodman and Brown. Like I said, he's working on a new picture, a new LP in 2025, and he will be back on the show. WVDM, the app. Oh, there it is again. If you got Apple, you can download this app in the App Store in Apple. And this is the app. All you have to do is download it. It's free. Let me say that again. It's free to have this app. All you have to do is download it. I need you to download it because I need you to help build WVDM, internet radio. Why? Because our 757 artists need your help. Our 757 artists need your help. Because we can play everybody else's music. We can play everybody else's music. And what happened is, are we playing those people music that has positive messages? Is that what we're doing? Until we are able to understand that every state and city support their artists. Yeah, we got Timbaland, Pharrell Williams, Missy Elliott. They all came out of the 757. We support more people in Virginia than any other state. All you got to do is do the numbers if you know what to look for. If you really know what to look for. We support a lot of people. And what we have to do is learn how to support those that are doing positive music and doing positive things. This young man here, his name is, you see it, Keith Broham, featuring DJ Eagle Eye. Eagle Eye. Walk over me. I'm telling you, this brother, you can hear him right here on the Best of the 757 Community Talk. Best of the 757, where we talk about him, and on WVDM Radio. This is another one of his songs. Keith Broham, going out tonight. I'm just letting you know the music that is being played on WVDM Radio. I need you to download this app and help us build the brands that we need to get built. We need to work diligently to show our young people the positive things that are going on. Let them know that we love them. That word right there is the most powerful word on the planet. Because without love, we got chaos. Without love, the people that supposed to be doing the work ain't getting it done. We have to come together because our future generation depends on it. Our future generation is depending on us to make a difference. If you really talk to young people, you'll really find out they're really scared. They talk bad to hide their fear. They talk bad and do things. Why do you think they're carrying a gun? They are carrying a gun for one simple reason. For one simple reason. Because they are afraid. A gun is like give you superpower. I got a gun. Ain't nobody gonna mess with me. Ain't nobody gonna mess with me. Ain't nobody gonna with me. Until they pull it out their pocket, a waistband from under the seat, left off 1, 2, or 10 rounds. Don't matter. You have graduated to the pipeline to prison. Let me say that again. They have graduated to the pipeline to prison. And how are we going to stop it if we don't get their attention? There's so many things that we can do to encourage and motivate our people. As the scriptures say, whatever God give you, the world will try to take it away. God gave you the child to love and nourish and carry on the work here on the planet called Mother Earth. Do you think the enemy wants your child to get in a position to do great things? But at the end of the day, if you keep the faith, if you show them and train them the right way as they grow up, they won't go astray. They won't go astray. Kids only know what you show them. Kids only know what you teach them. They got gifts. They got talents. But they didn't come out your womb with no gun. So why is they walking around with a gun? Kids didn't come out no woman's womb with a gun in his hand. His fist might have been balled up because he's trying to hold on to that money. He's trying to hold on to dear life until he get his bearing. But God has gave each one of your children gifts. They got gifts. They got more than one. But you have to nourish the ones that you see that are positive. This world didn't give it to them. The world would take it away. Children need love. And you're saying, well, okay, I love my child. Okay. I ain't say you didn't. Your child ain't in prison. Your child ain't dead. Your child ain't in reform school. Your child got A's and B's and C's. But what about the child next beside her? Did you encourage them or motivate them? Did you tell your child his attitude ain't right? People will take your child and use them for what they want to do. That's why it's important to talk to children every single day. We all have friends, but friends don't get friends in trouble. Friends don't ask friends to do things for them that's going to cause them to lose their freedom, their life. Our children are just following the leader, good or bad. But you're the parent. You have to step up and show a child that you love them. When I got an award last year, I met this young lady right here. She's a friend of mine's. I asked her mother, would it be okay if I took a picture as like a poster child? Because this young lady right here, you wouldn't even know the way she act. Her mother, the way her mother's bringing her up, man, the joy just to see her do the things, the way she articulates at her age. I love children. I've been fighting. I'm 73. I've been fighting her for over 60 some years to talk to kids growing up in school. They used to call me when I was in school an old man. That's why they used to call me in elementary school. Why you talk that way? Talk like an old man. All you do is talk about this and that and that. Because that's the way I was brought up. The Bible said, train them while they're young, so they won't do wrong. And if you don't train them, the gospel song said, shame on you. We want to put the problem. Let's see how we throw the problem around. We throw the problem around on the teachers. Let me say it again. Let me say it loud, because I'm black and I'm proud. We want to throw the problem at the footstep of the teachers. Because I done been to meetings and listened to sit in school board meetings and city council meetings. We want to blame the teacher. Well, the teacher's not doing her job, not looking out for my kid. Well, the teacher don't stay in your house. You the teacher. She's your assistant. So when you go to work, you know your child is getting the education they need, their love and attention until they come back home. Let's get the record straight, because this is 2024 ending. Getting ready tomorrow for a whole new year. Can I say it again? We're getting ready for a whole new year. Our future must look brighter than what it's been looking in 24 and beyond. We can talk about all the things we tried to do. Let's see the things that you tried to do accomplish. If you at work and the teacher called you and tell you about your child, she wants to have a meeting, you go out there and tell her what. You almost got to have security. When a parent go to a teacher to have a talk about her child, or the principal, they need security. Because I didn't seen it happen. Parents say, hey, you don't tell me what to do with my child. Whoa, hold up. These are teachers. They're telling you about your child. But you don't want to hear the truth. You want the picture to be painted. Oh, your child is doing so well in class. You don't even go to PTA meetings. You don't go to open school when it's time to go out and see what your child is doing for the year. So when you don't do that, what happens? The child then begin to say, you don't care. Feels like, hey, you don't care nothing about me. You don't care nothing about me. What? You don't care. You don't care. This is the most precious gift that God has given mankind. The most precious gift God has given mankind is right there. And we're losing it. Each one of these are precious gifts that God has given you. He gave you a child to represent him. So you can teach them and bring them up the right way. Now, every child is no bad child. I hate to say it. There are no bad kids. I know you ain't gonna like this. Just bad parents. Because it's all about the parents. Yeah. It's all about, ladies, it's all about you. Well, you didn't treat me right. I don't want to be around you. I done been through all that. I done been through all that. I done heard all those stories, even as I was growing up, being in relationships. Made me didn't want to be with nobody. That's why when I go out, when I was single, I stand at the bar. I'm dancing. You want to dance? Fine. You don't want to dance? I dance by myself. I ain't got no problem. I came in the world by myself. When I leave, by myself. I ain't got no ego. What I have is feelings. We talk about things, but we don't want to talk about the right thing. We don't want to talk about the right thing. What we want to do is dress it up. Well, he was talking to this other girl. Oh, okay. She spoke to him. As a gentleman, we are supposed to speak back. Good evening. If I'm a single man, I have a right to engage in conversation. I have a right if I want to date someone. I have a right if I want to engage in adult relationships. But we all have a right to do something, but we don't have a right to abuse each other. What you want and what I want is two different things. And I've met in my lifetime a lot of beautiful ladies, intelligent ladies, hardworking ladies. There is no bad person. It's just bad intent. Yeah, I ain't no saint. I've stumbled along the way. But when I fell in the mud, I got up and cleaned myself off and say, I'm not going to do that anymore. I didn't like the feeling. I didn't like what my mind was going through, trying to figure out why they treating you like that. Why they smiling over here and frowning over here at you. That's the trick of the enemy. We have to understand humans do. But when it affects our future generation, when it affects these young men here and women, what are we going to do? Are we going to sit on the sideline and continue to let it happen? 2025, there's a new day coming. And I'm not here to preach because I'm not a preacher. I'm just telling you what we need to do to get on the right track. God has given us gifts, and you don't even see it. But I will reach out and touch on those gifts in the new year. I will touch on them because we're still in 24. A new year's coming because this one is almost over. Until we recognize that our young people is the most precious gift that we could ever possess. We cannot turn our backs. We cannot turn our backs, sleep all day, play all night, get up, yelling and screaming at the kids because they want something to eat. They're getting tired of being bullied at school because of what they wear. As long as they clean and neat, that's all you got to do, making sure. WVDM, please download this app. I need your support to download it for all outlets. The app is free. All I'm doing is asking you to download, help me build together. I can't do it by myself. I can program and design, select music to motivate and show that if we work together, we can change our community. I'm trying to unemploy some people. See, everybody else want to unemploy the city council and the mayors. And sometimes that don't work because a lot of people ain't going out to the polls because they told you it didn't work. So if I get 10% of people believing that their vote don't count, let me say it again. If I get 10% of the people to believe that their vote don't count, I can beat you in anything I want. Your vote do count. And for those that believe that the administration coming in care about you, it's sad. You ain't even got to worry about why you voted for them. See what happened when they get in office with what you did. The setbacks that are coming. 2024 is over with. We got to make restitution for 2025 and beyond. There's a new generation, new things, new technology. What are you going to do if you don't have the knowledge? What are you going to do when they come for you? And believe you, they coming. But once again, 24 showed us this for a new year. Dorian Finney-Smith traded to the Lakers from P-Town to Texas to New York, now to LA. What part you don't understand? What God does. God don't make no mistakes. We do. Once again, to the Finley family first. I want you to know I'm proud to say I know you. I'm proud of your mother. If we had some more mothers like Desiree Finley, maybe we wouldn't have all these problems in our community. Love your child. Put your family first. Put your child first. It's okay to dress them up. It's okay for them to have some of the local things that they want, but they got to earn it. You got to tell them you got to earn this. I'm working hard. Your other brothers and sisters need things. I just can't give you everything you want, but I will give you my love undeniably. But don't wait till you get in the pipeline of prison, because that's a monster. Oh, how do you know? Well, I've been locked up a couple of times. I've never been in prison. The enemy wanted to try to put me in prison. But the master I served said, oh, no, not this one. Not this one. God is good all the time if you recognize his greatness in the name of Jesus. Once again, congratulations to DORIAN Smith. And of course, the legend, Michael Vick. That's right. Now the head coach of the 757 Norfolk State University. Oh, what a day. What a day. 2025 is going to bring. We have to be able to show our young people God don't make mistakes. We all make mistakes. We all gonna pay a debt. Michael Vick paid his debt to society, but yet they'll continue to try to bring it up. Paid his debt to society and still won't let it die. And we got a man that's been elected to be the president and done so many horrible things, and they don't talk about it. They don't want to talk about it. We all fall short of grace. Even Donald Trump need a little grace, but that's between him and God. We got so many people falling to the wayside. But this young man here deserved the 757 support. You should know where to put your support behind. This young man here needs the 757 support. And let the world know you're not taking our leaders. God put everybody in a position if you learn to recognize it. He puts everybody in a position. Thanks to Norfolk State for making the right choice. This is history at its best, because they probably could have picked out of 1,000 other, but they went with Michael Vick. That's a sign and a symbol that God has put in place for 25. Out with the old, in with the new. And I want to say happy New Year to everybody. I'll see you in the new year. And share this with someone on your pages. I love you. This is Captain85. And I want to say thank you so much for supporting my programs. To the next time we meet, to the next time we greet. This has been WBDM.